Good morning, students. As you know, all the buildings are made up of bricks. So, brick is the structural unit of building. Likewise, all the cloths are made up of threads. So, thread is the building block of cloth. In the same way, all the living beings are made up of cell. Therefore, cell is the building block of all living beings. As you know, all the living beings are composed of number of cells. Their size are depend on the number of cells, not on the volume of the cell. We can say the first of all, Robert Hooke in 1665 saw cells for the first time in a thin slice of cork as honeycomb. Under his self-made microscope, that was very simple microscope. So he coined the term cell first of all, because the honeycomb, each chamber of the honeycomb is known as cell. So he coined the term cell first of all. Then Evan Leeuwenhoek in 1674 studied first living cell in the stagnant water as some protozoans. Bacteria are also seen by his developed microscope. Now Robert Brown, 1833, discovered and named the term nucleus, which is the brain of the cell. All the activities are controlled by, all the cellular activities are controlled by nucleus. So nucleus is the important part of the cell. J.E. Purkinje in 1839 used the term protoplasm. Protoplasm is the inclusions in the covered by cell membrane, which is the vital contents in the cell, which is made up of nucleus and cytoplasm. Protoplasm is made up of cytoplasm and all inclusions present in the cell enveloped by cell membrane. Now, M.J. Sleeden, 1838, and T. Swan, 1839, formulate cell theory. This is the important theory regarding the living beings. Then Rudolf Virchow, 1855, established that all cells arise from pre-existing cells. He was stated in Latin as omnis cellula e cellula. So these are some important history of the origin of the cell. Now, cell is very important for all living beings. Some living beings are also considered without cell. For example, such organisms are known as acellular. Acellular organism. Acellular organism, such organisms which are not made up of a typical cell. For example, virus and prokaryotes. Virus is the connecting link between living, non-living and living things. We may consider virus as non-living things when it is outside the living cell. It remains unchanged forever whenever it doesn't enter into the cell, living cell. So when it enters into the living cell, it takes physiology of such living cell. Therefore, virus has its own physiology. Therefore, virus is non-living things. But when it enters into the living cell, it takes physiology of the such cell and reproduce into large number of virus. Therefore, in such case, virus is living things. Therefore, we can say that virus is the connecting link between non-living and living beings. Prokaryotes are also not a typical cellular structure because it lacks nucleus. It has only cell membrane and cell inclusions where genetic material, DNA or RNA, is scattered in the cell inclusions. Prokaryotes have no definite nuclear organization without nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus. Therefore, such cells are also known as prokaryote. Hence, virus and prokaryotes may be said that acellular organisms. Rest all the living beings are cellular in structure. They may be unicellular or multicellular. Unicellular organism. Unicellular organism. Protista. Protista made up of uninucleate single cell structure. This protista is the group of organisms of eukaryotic single-celled organism. For example, amoeba, Chlamydomonas. These are unicellular organisms. Rest all